Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda and I have decided to do a Cancer new moon transmission. It's something that I came through in channel just probably an hour ago when I was feeling, what should I do, like a blog or a video? Anyways, I felt to do cards and I channeled out, hand wrote the transmission, and I'll read it out to you guys. This Cancer new moon is going to be on the 29th of June at 12:52 Australian Eastern Standard Time, and it's going to be at 7 degrees of Cancer. So I've also grabbed Inside Degrees Elias Lonsdale. If you haven't caught the previous reading I did for the last moon of his writings, feel free to go check that out. Yeah, so I'll get into it. The message that came through, like I tune into the moon. Like, I'm a channel, so I tune into the moon or the planets, and I can ask directly like what needs to come through. And when I asked this moon, like, what do we need to know, the message that came through was breaking down the walls to our Divine Mother within. Now, the writing is, at times it can feel an impenetrable space to access when we are in a process of healing and clearing. It burns to push past the pain of keeping our hearts open when we long for the hurt to stop, knowing the only way is through. However, this moon will support us all in showing us just how courageous we are in keeping our hearts open and holding the frequency of love even when we are hurting. We are being encouraged to feel into our own Divine Mother aspect, masculine and feminines alike, as we are all made of both masculine and feminine energies. Lean into her nurturing, intuitive, graceful embrace, and allow the unconditional love of the Divine Mother to be felt throughout your vessel and into the depths of your heart. She is guiding you to access past pains she has buried within. For generations, she is revealing her grief, anger, rage, and frustration, supporting you to release and integrate the same. She is guiding your inner child home, returning you to your divine heart, essence, and frequency of compassionate, fiercely unconditional love. And the next part, this is gifting you the wisdom and clarity to remove any obstacle on your path of the heart, gifting you a deep soul remembering of the light your inner child brings to the world in the safest, softest, and most loving way. She is breaking down the boundaries of your conditioning surrounding what true divine love is, so you will be better prepared to receive it when it occurs in your physical reality. Yeah, I really love that. Like, I was getting emotional when it was coming through, and I remember, just as like a personal share, it reminded me of when I addressed my wounded Divine Mother in February of 2021 during a sweat lodge, and just tapping into her rage and her frustration and her anger and her fear of not being seen. And it just reminded me of that, and I just got chills then, so perhaps somebody needed to hear that. So I wanted to pull some cards as well for you guys, just general energies or guidance on how really to integrate that transmission into yourselves. Okay, what guidance do we have, please, for this transmission integration? The Sun card, so what we're talking about, the inner child and your light. The Leo energy as well. Oh, and there's one more that wants to come out as well. So this one, the Five of Wands reversed. I really love that, the fact that it's reversed, fell out over the Sun. And this one wanted to come out too, the Ten of Pentacles. Beautiful. We'll go into the underlying energy shortly. All right, so the Sun, the Five of Wands reversed. It's far more positive reversed. And the Ten of Pentacles. I just heard the words homecoming, because the Five of Wands being reversed, it's a return to the Four of Wands, which is that celebratory foundational energy of the Four, which is what you're moving into with the 10. So I feel like there's a massive closeout of cycles being offered here with the Sun. It's like a putting away the swords, putting down the arguments, you know, and stepping into a more solid foundation. Something I like, what's coming through now is reciprocal. Like, you're finding reciprocal stability within connections. However, I feel to integrate this transmission, it's more about completing past cycles here with the Five of Wands reversed and the Ten of Pentacles, and being in that childlike wonder and joy energy. And I know that it's sometimes difficult for people to even comprehend joy, especially if you've had series or incidences in the past with mental health. Sometimes I've been there, you know, and when people used to say, oh, I feel so blessed and I feel so joyful, I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? So if joy is too far of a reach, I want to say for you, how about just aim for play? Like, what feels lighter energy for you, to where it doesn't feel forced or faked. You know, some people say fake it till you make it. However, sometimes I feel that can be more damaging, especially with regards to inner child healing, you know, because we're meant to validate the inner child. And here, this is all about validating the Divine Mother, right? So it's giving her this inner child to nurture, is what I feel here. And allowing her to be in that, they just said, in the purity of essence. In the purity of essence, and that's why the 5 reversed is here as well, they're saying, because it's the V is reversed. The V is the 5, right? So the V is reversed, so it means it's more open-minded than it being upright, which pertains to being quite narrow-minded or a limited perspective. So perhaps open your perspective to how you can view the stability that's around you, especially if it doesn't feel as emotionally connected as if you wished it had been or would be, you know, because in this card nobody is looking at one another. So perhaps the acceptance piece is, don't try and force things to be any different than what they are. Come into compassion and acceptance for what they are, and bestow the love and unconditional love and compassion and understanding of yourself, of your inner world, right? Of your inner world first, always. And then that will change the way in which you view the outer, yeah? Because we can't change or control what's outside of us. We can only do that to ourselves from within, yeah? And so the Sun card's telling me that if we focus on raising our vibration, it doesn't have to be to joy or bliss. If you feel that's out of reach for you, just aim as high as what you can, you know, and move your body. I want to say, like, because they're just showing me the horse galloping, and that's to me freedom and liberation. But also you have to remember that the horse has one of the highest vibrational hearts on the planet. Yeah, so being in that, like, liberating yourself from, yeah, I'm just getting chills now at that thought. Thank you. A message came through and then I got chills. So they just said liberating yourself of all the past baggage. As the transmission said, it's the part about it wasn't about leaving the past behind. However, it was about integration of all of those parts. You'll have to go back and listen because I don't want to have to read through my notes and try and find the exact phrasing. However, it's reminding me of what was in the transmission. Yeah. That liberating feeling of breaking down the boundaries, that's what it was, of your limiting condition, your limited, the boundaries of your limiting conditioning. Yeah, limited conditioning, that's what it was. So I feel that's why the horse is here, that's why the sun is here, that's why Merlin is here, and why the sunflowers are here as well. Yeah. And the Five of Wands is beautiful because it's the end of a dispute, the end of a debate. Yes. Quit fighting yourself is what I want to say as well. You know, because this was all, these cards are all about how you can integrate this transmission, right? So stop fighting with yourself and find the stability and what that means to you, so that you can feel secure in opening your heart space, okay? Now the underlying energies, aka sometimes shit you don't want to hear, is the Strength card, some more Leo energy, yeah? And again, Leo rules the heart, okay? And we are talking about the Divine Mother and the unconditional love of the Divine Mother. And the Maiden here is placating the ego. So whatever was going on in this Five of Wands, that was when it was upright, 11:33 on the clock when I just pulled the card up. I feel that that's what's going on here as well, is the Five of Wands reversed to the Ten of Pentacles is helping you drop any aspects of ego on whichever end of the spectrum, so that you can end the cycle here, because you have the Ten of Swords. So it's another ending. And as I said, going back to the Four of Swords, as I said at the beginning with the Five of Wands reversed, you know, it's a return to the Four of Wands. So it's that more celebratory energy. But I feel this Strength card to the Ten of Swords is talking about the self-betrayal that we sometimes put ourselves through when we don't want to listen to our heart, or we don't want to listen to our intuition, or maybe our wounds are speaking louder than what our heart is, you know. Yeah, and then you've got the Four of Cups as well. This is a card of contentment in the traditional tarot, not boredom. It can be seen and read both ways. And then into the Star card of Aquarius, which we all know that we have Saturn retrograding there now. So that's definitely playing a role here, especially because fours are ruled by Uranus as well. And you also have the Ibis, which is Thoth, in the background here. So it's about reconciling the past of the energies of this Four of Wands and this Four of Cups energy. You're seeing it from a whole different vantage. They're giving me the word vantage point. And then you come back into the Nine of Cups energy, which is your wishes fulfilled. It's also a completion because it's a 9, so in numerology. And then into the Page of Wands. Yeah, so then you'll be ready to head towards the King of Pentacles energy. And I feel I'm going to feel to leave it there. I don't feel to go any deeper than that. Are there any other messages on this underlying energy, please? Excuse me. I was burning frankincense resin before, so it's a bit cloudy in here and it's just tickling the back of my throat a bit. Excuse me. So Four of Wands, Four of Cups, the Star, Nine of Cups, Page of Wands. Anything more on that? They're just saying that there'll be a reprieve when you get to this Four of Wands, Four of Cups energy. That's when the reprieve will come and the integration will start occurring, because the Star card is also for healing, right? And then you go into the Nine of Cups and Page of Wands. So expect there to be, I'm saying I'm feeling and hearing the 5th of July. So I'm going to say by the 5th of July, yeah, 5th, 6th, 7th of July, maybe the 9th for some of you. Yeah, I feel that the integration process of this transmission and whichever energies need to come up for yourself, you know, I feel that that's when you'll shift into this Nine of Cups, Page of Wands energy, heading towards the King of Pentacles. Yeah. So I feel to leave it there for you. I know it was a brief reading, however, I really hope that it served. And I will read from Elias Lonsdale's Inside Degrees now as well. Are there any other channeled messages you want me to bring through right now? That's beautiful, thank you. They're saying divine hope, divine faith, and divine trust. And they're reminding me of a quote. Fear feeds the unawakened, faith feeds the unshakable. Yeah, fear feeds the unawakened, faith feeds the unshakable. So I want to say, just like, trust in your guidance, trust that you're being supported and encouraged right now to really hold this space for yourself and create the space for yourself to integrate this moon energy, okay, and this transmission. Yeah. So, Inside Degrees by Elias Lonsdale. And I find it funny as well because the card, I have a card of birds, and the wagtail is here, the willy wagtail we call them in Australia, and this little bird is all about courage. So I find it really funny that that came out in the reading, and yeah, with the Leo energy, you know, and then we have the wagtail. Yeah, tiny little bird, but very, like, stands for, symbolism is courage and being very forthright and outgoing. So, Inside Degrees, Cancer 7 for the new moon. It's called The Arctic Wasteland Under the Setting Sun. Envisioning a way of life that is both utopian and practical. Dreaming of a very different mix in the socio-cultural shared life. Motivated by the knowledge, the clear sensing that all of this can be and must be. Wide open to the limitless cosmos. Nominated or appointed to restore the total view. You are gifted exquisitely with an uncompromising truth, sense that cleaves to what can be illuminated by the infinite. And you are most dramatically mobilized to spread this realization everywhere you go. Having known forever the way it really is, yet zealously drawn back into time to fertilize the ordinary landscape. All facets of life must partake of the bounty, and only then can we rest assured that we have done our part and followed the pulse of the universal conscience where it naturally leads. I really like that, because at the end there it tied it all back into being in the collective, right? I'm just getting some downloads, like, for myself about this, and one thing that I find interesting is it says envisioning a way of life that is both utopian and practical, and that's a paradox, which this whole life is a paradox, one giant paradox within a paradox within a paradox, because utopia is nowhere. The etymology, I always go to say it etymologically, and I don't even think that's a word. The etymology of utopia is nowhere. So I find it interesting that it's envisioning a way of life that is both utopian and practical. But that's just me. However, I feel to leave it there because I'd really love for you to interpret that however you need to at this time. And if you wish to return to it after the Cancer new moon, please do, for your integration process or for a reminder or whatever you need. And yeah, please stay tuned to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for checking out my video. I hope that you subscribe. If not, that's cool. Please like and comment for me, and I'd love to meet you and connect with you in the comment section. And if you wish for a one-on-one with me, check out the links below as well. All right, blessings for this Cancer new moon, everybody, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.